You are listening to the Fancy Free podcast where my guests and I tell our most embarrassing, funny stories so that we all feel less alone in our imperfections and forge connection through vulnerability and humor. I'm your host, Joanne Jarrett, and today I am here with Tamara Beckford, who is a fellow physician, although Tamara is still out there practicing, unlike myself. She is a board-certified emergency physician, wellness expert, speaker, and CEO of the You Are Caring Society, where she helps busy professional women put their health and wellness first without guilt. Most recently, she's been on the front lines battling the surge of COVID-19. She's also the host of the Docs Who Care podcast. On the podcast, she interviews doctors from all over the world and discusses common medical conditions and self-care in a fun way while skipping all the jargon. Tamara, thank you so much for being with me.
Oh, I am so excited to be on the Fancy Free podcast. Life is just like not what it seems on social media. So we are ready to go behind the scenes.
So true. People are not as fancy as they want you to think. That is for darn sure.
Absolutely not.
Well, fill in the blanks. What did I miss about who you are and what you do?
I am originally from Jamaica, West Indies, woo woo, and moved to the United States as a tween. But back in the days, they didn't use the word tween.
Oh, that's a hard age to move and to shift cultures to boot. Wow.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting. And then I grew up in New Jersey, and then I did a Jersey to Philly, Philly to Houston. So I am currently in Houston, Texas.
Very good. Do you miss the beauty of your home country?
Yes, I definitely do miss Jamaica. And I am hoping that I can make it back there this year to really luxuriate on the beach.
Good. I will have my fingers crossed for you that you'll get there.
Absolutely.
All right. So you live in the Houston area, and who do you do your daily life with?
I have 3 gentlemen who take up my daily life. I say it like that, like I don't like it. Alrighty, so my husband, and then I have 2 young ones. So I have a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old. So I am the queen amongst the testosterone.
You need to get a couple of female pets pronto.
Oh, I tell you.
Wow, you are a really busy lady. That's crazy. You do so much. I don't know how you do it. I know ER is usually shift work, so that helps a little bit. Yes. But how much time do you spend doing that?
I work overnight. So it's 3 days a week, but it actually runs from Sunday to Wednesday. I never know what day it is because my day starts on one number and it ends on the other number. So
crazy.
I never know.
So do you sleep during the day or do you shift to sleeping when your family sleeps when you're not working?
I shift to sleeping when the family sleeps when I'm not working. My transition day is usually Wednesdays. Now, am I perfect with it? No. Am I up in the middle of the night twiddling and hoping I can fall asleep at times? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
So that was like good when the kids were younger, when they're up in the night. It's like, hey, this is what I do. I'm up. But then, but now I'm like, all right, I need to fall asleep. So melatonin is my friend.
Oh, good. So that helps you with your sleep rhythm. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Whew. All right. Well, let's get to know you a little better with your rapid fire questions. Have you ever met a celebrity?
I did not directly meet a celebrity. However, in Jamaica, I got married at this really beautiful country club called the Trial Country Club. And they gave us the honeymoon suite, which is called the One Love Suite. I don't know, Bob Marley, One Love. But when I went in there in the guest book, Denzel Washington used that same suite.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like, I almost met Denzel Washington, but I met his handwriting.
And I slept on the same bed he slept on. That's really cool. You're in a fancy place when Denzel Washington's name's in the guest book.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was like, oh, that was a cool almost meet.
I love it. Okay, what was your first live concert?
A Whitney Houston concert. It was really cool because one of my cousins has a really great friend who was one of Whitney Houston's backup dancers. So
really?
I know. I was like, So I got to go to the concert. I didn't get to meet Whitney. But, we got really great seats. And I mean, like, how cool is it to know the person on stage who's dancing?
How fun. Okay, what's your favorite thing about the place you live?
The food. Houston is a total foodie town.
Ooh,
There are
really?
tons of cultures here. Mediterranean food, you have Asian food, you have Texas barbecue. Hello. And then we're close to Louisiana, so you get Cajun.
I'm so envious. If I ever visit Houston, I'll have to make sure to get your recommendations on where to eat.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Take a food tour. Yum. Okay, what TV show are you hooked on, or what has been your favorite binge watch?
I took this way back to the 80s.
Awesome.
So I'm going to do the theme song in humming.
Nice.
And C flat. Okay, I have no idea what C flat is.
I'm like, what?
All right, so you have to let me know if you can remember this. Dun, 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 dun. It's Hawaii. Dun, 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 dun. Mustache guy.
Oh, yes.
Dun, 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 dun. Red Ferrari.
Is it Magnum PI?
Yes, it's Miss Magnum PI.
That's fun. I think I should start encouraging my guests to hum the theme song of their favorite show and see. Although, I don't know, I feel like more modern shows don't necessarily have distinguishing theme songs like they used to.
Yeah, you're right. They're just like start and then the credits are starting and then the words, and people just go. Like,
I need a musical cue. So, well, I guess part of what that was for was so that if you're in the other room and you hear it, you go running in. Now we just turn it on when we're ready to watch for it and stream it, huh? So
that's probably
different. You guys, I have exciting news. I've been waiting so long to say this. Shelfish Shop finally has long sleeve tops, just in time for the summer solstice. The timing has been so wacky with this stuff, but we finally have a long sleeve version of the high-low tee. It's really simple. It doesn't have pockets. It's so cute on and super cozy. It's made out of micromodal fabric, so it's even cozier than our original fabric. And we have it in black, a really light blush pink, a nice soft olive, and a black and ivory stripe. And you guys, it's a small batch and they're going fast. And for those of you who are wondering what shelfies are, I love a shelf bra in my loungewear and my pajamas, and I just couldn't find exactly what I was looking for, so I designed shelfies. Shelfies are super cozy loungewear / pajamas that have a built-in perfect shelf bra with just enough coverage that you feel presentable and have a little bit of support, but still soft and cozy like you're not in your going out bra. I love them. I sleep in them every single night year round. I actually sleep in the shorts. They're so comfy. And then whatever top is season appropriate. So make sure you go to Shelfish Shop. That's ShelfiesShoppe.com. Grab your shelfies and use code FANCYFREE for free shipping. As you know, the point of this podcast is to share our fancy-free moments where we are embarrassed, but we can look back and laugh so that the listeners don't feel so alone, and so that they can see how sharing these stories can forge connection and lower the bar for each other. So what do you have for us today?
In addition to being an ER doc and, a mom, I'm also a podcaster. And even as I'm telling this story now, I'm doing the same thing, which caused me to have the story in the first place. So when I get really juicy into it and I'm diving in, my eyes closed, my arms are flinging, my, gesticulating, and I'm like, I'm kind of dancing and swerving. So I was talking to my wonderful guest. I'll let her decide if she wants to let you know who she is. And my eyes are closed. I'm swerving. And I'm like, oh, this was so great. And I'm summarizing the story. And I'm like, this is wonderful. And I open my eyes. My guest is gone. Look, the Zoom link is completely gone. I'm on Zoom by myself staring at myself. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Whoops, where's she going? I'm talking to myself.
So, of course, she comes back on and we're cracking up. And the fun part about it is that, we're both podcasters, and she does the same thing. So her eyes are closed and she's talking and she's like, having a great time and delving into the story. And boom, she was gone. She opened her eyes.
Oh, yeah, I love it. That's so cute. So I'm not sure when that episode is going to air, but you guys, if you hadn't picked up on that, Tamara was interviewing little me, and I don't even, what happened, Tamara? Did my I think my computer unplugged or something. I can't remember what it was now, or my signal dropped or something. Yeah, and it was, I told her I don't like video because I like to close my eyes when I talk. So we were like totally getting into this conversation, talking about how, oh, this is relevant because of this and that, and this is how, you know,
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden we're like, wait, hello?
Because the sad part is we both had our eyes closed. So we could have told each other, like, hey, your signal's dropping. Hey, we might want to pause because we're
I'd like to know exactly how long we were both apart from each other without realizing
I know.
it. Well, one of the other things that I do is I will slap my desk when I'm laughing about something. And then I was interviewing another podcaster a while back, and I was like, you made me slap my desk. And she goes, and that's hard to edit out. I'm like, you're telling me it is. So I just leave it in there. So listeners, if you ever hear this, it's because of I have slapped my desk. And I talk with my hands too, so sometimes I hit my microphone. It's a deal.
Oh yeah, I've hit my microphone in the middle, and boom, the microphone fell. I'm on live.
Dang it! Kind of breaks the spell. Just making sure you guys are paying attention.
Hey, I'll just be bending off the camera for a few seconds, picking up my microphone.
You're so brave to go live. I love that you do that, and you're very smooth with it. I'm just too nervous to do that, but maybe someday I will.
You definitely will.
Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I had to tell a few people about that. And I don't even know what didn't get recorded because I have no clue.
From then on, I'm like, okay, Tamara, you need to open your eyes. And I still am not able to do it. When it gets good, my eyes closed.
Yeah,
it just gets good.
Yeah, we're used to that. We're in the generation of talking to each other on the phone. So it's like you didn't have any visual input anyway. So you're just like closing your eyes and getting totally into the conversation.
It's totally into the story. Oh my gosh.
Actually, I think you're a lot younger than I am. But you remember talking on the phone, right?
Of course. Yeah, I remember rotary phones.
Oh, you do? Oh, good. Okay, yeah.
Of course. And then what about those phones that were the see-through ones?
Oh, those were the coolest. They were Swatch. I think they were Swatch brand.
The Swatch phones, yes.
I didn't have one of those.
I got one.
Oh, you should have kept it.
That's true.
We talk about collector's items. It's time to talk about life hacks. Do you have a life hack for us?
For me to enter into my day, so I get up and I make sure that my phone is nowhere near me. So when the alarm goes off, I have to get up and walk across the room to pick up the phone. So the likelihood of me hitting the snooze goes down.
Not to zero, mind you.
0 would be perfect, and I am definitely not perfect.
Well, the other good thing about that is it keeps you from scrolling when you should be sleeping at night.
That's it.
Yeah, so it's a double benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been able to get a little bit more sleep, surprisingly, and a lot less Amazon products.
Yes, that is just a win-win-win.
I tell you.
What is the most common thing that people come to the emergency room for that is not appropriate for the emergency room?
This might be gross, but I'm not going to say it's not appropriate. It's just one of those things that come in.
Okay.
It's appropriate, but it's just one of those things. Condoms that fall off and they're stuck in the back of the vagina.
Oh,
it's just like,
really? You have to go fishing.
Fishing. We call it spelunking.
Oh. That's awesome. So you've gone spelunking for a lot of condoms. Okay. Yeah.
Condoms. And then some people, believe it or not, ladies, some women forget about their tampons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We have gone spelunking for tampons.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I know that a lot of people use the ER as more of like an urgent care or even like, God forbid, primary care. Do you see a lot of that, or are you in an ER that's more?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you do.
No. They still come in for a lot of like things like earwax. Like, okay. I'm like, I'm not like really an earwax expert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I really handle a lot of the large things.
Yeah.
So me using this little tweezer or things to pull things earwax out of your ears, it's kind of like sitting in there for a while, throwing in the little solution. It's kind
You're
of
like,
like,
okay,
oh, okay.
you can pay
I'm pretty
premium
sure.
dollar for an ER doctor to relieve you of your earwax if you so choose.
Absolutely. So yeah, that happened.
Is your ER a trauma center too?
My ER is not a trauma certified facility.
Oh, that's nice. I hate
However,
trauma.
it doesn't stop the trauma from showing up.
I'm
Yeah,
sure.
we're not a trauma. But luckily, when you have your training, you're still there.
Oh, sure. You're
And
trained for trauma. Yeah.
yeah, so
So-
we've had some traumas, like the pregnant woman that got shot in the belly. That I'm like, this is like so level 1 needs to be
my
downtown.
gosh.
But thank God she was okay, and everything just really just went straight through the soft tissue and just lodged in her breast. And she was like, "Oh, that's why my breast hurts." It was like, seriously, lady.
Wow.
You were like the most blessed person. All the organs, everything just went straight through superficially, just lodged right in her breast.
Wow. So you must do okay with adrenaline, because I'm assuming any ER doctor who gets crushed by adrenaline doesn't last very long. How long have you actually been in practice?
For like 14 years.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
So you're kind of in it for the long haul, and that you do okay with adrenaline and chaos, huh?
Yeah, actually, yeah, we do okay with chaos. It's kind of like, I feel like the ER is an organized chaos. You're right with the adrenaline, especially now as I think about, like, your how stress affects you. I'm like, wow, I'm eating under the same constraint as if I'm working in the ER. Like, this meal needs to be finished in like 30 minutes. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, why is my body just like pushing everything as if I'm working? I'm like, come on now, can I just enjoy? I'm like, so I'm trying to tell my mind, lay back,
shift gears,
enjoy the meal. Yeah, let's shift into the lower gear.
Interesting.
And enjoy.
Oh my gosh.
Enjoy the meal.
Yeah. Oh, I so get that. Sometimes I have to really think about using like slow and calm body language, and it's amazing how much that even gives you more peace.
Yes.
We don't realize how much our body language is affecting not only us but other people in the room. But my own body language can snowball on itself, and I'm like, just slow down, Joanne. And it's like, relief.
Yeah.
What is one surprising thing that nobody would be able to tell just by looking at you?
Like right now, I have my hand in that position.
Finger on the chin.
Yeah. Okay. No, maybe people will be like, oh yeah, she's nerdy. Yeah, I could have guessed that. I was gonna say that, like, I won this competition of like best project in med school. Like, I went and I did a presentation. The Society of Academic Emergency Medicine.
Ooh, good for you.
It was one of those projects that I was working on from like before I entered med school. I was like in undergrad and was helping with gathering data about smoking use. How ready were they to stop smoking? Okay, one other thing. I can't swim.
You wait, what?
Yeah.
You can't swim?
And I'm from the islands. Yes.
That's so interesting. I have not met very many people who can't swim. Are you planning on learning to swim at some point?
I am. And I am so crazy that my sons, I'm like, they didn't get their swim lessons last year because of COVID. And I'm like, I don't want them to be like me.
Oh my gosh. Water safety, especially as an ER doctor.
I have a pool.
Wait a minute. You can't swim, but you have a pool.
My pool doesn't go that deep. I can float.
Okay, well that's half the battle.
And so I will be that plankton that's like floating away.
Plankton.
Back to, yes.
Oh my gosh, my daughter did competitive swimming for years and years. She doesn't do it anymore. Mm-hmm. I watched it so much. I was like, I'm going to start swimming for exercise. This looks great, And then I actually tried it. I mean, and I can swim, but I'm telling you, they make it look so easy. It's hard. It's hard. So hard. I was like,
your entire body is sore.
Yeah, one lap of freestyle, and I was like, shoo-wee, I'm done. that was a good workout.
You're looking like, that should be at least 600 calories of burn. You're like,
I'm ready for my cinnamon roll now. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, tell me what upcoming event or mission or project are you excited about right now?
Amidst everything else that I've mentioned, I do actually have a great society to help our busy professional women put their health and wellness first.
Wow.
And it's called the Your Caring Society. Yes. So I have this really great group, and it's set with guest speakers and group coaching, accountability, support for our women. So this is a women's group. So men, we love
You
you,
find
but
your
this
own
is to
group.
help
Yeah.
us. Yeah, find your own group. Yeah, this is to help us so that we can help you, right? So we're putting on our oxygen mask
Yeah.
first. Think about it that, yeah, if you think that way, you won't feel excluded.
There you go.
It's a year-long program set up to really help us to think about how we can improve our health and wellness, come up with our goals, and help us to reach those goals, right? So I have great guest speakers on weight loss. I have guest speakers on training and how to use exercise as medicine and to get into the habit
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to maintain those habits with small little changes within ourselves. We have expert on sleep because everyone forgets that sleep is so
Crucial.
important, and we're wondering why are we forgetting everything? Maybe because you didn't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why melatonin has become a friend of mine. And also we have really great docs on like those who have lost weight and regained it and that mindset around it, how to really help you to get beyond that
Interesting.
and get yourself back on track. And we have wonderful expert on how to get through diversity and using what you've learned from that to propel yourself forward and to not really be stuck in that level of being feeling like you're victims, or how to really propel yourself as warriors beyond any adverse issues that occurs in your life. And then of course we got an expert on sex.
Awesome.
She's a urologist, and she's also a expert in male and female sexual medicine. So all this is a great encompassing program that really encompasses everything that really is pertaining to women.
Yeah.
Because even with like the sexual medicine, we have portions of our lives, right? A lot of us, we are transitioning. The fact that my fun show was an 80s show kind of tells you that I'm like, my generation is a little bit on the different side. So with all of us who are in that age group, we are going through that perimenopausal portion of life. Our bodies are changing, our hormones are changing. And so it's important for us to really understand how it affects us and how it affects our sexuality, right? So it's important on how to ensure that we are whole as a person and feel great being around other women who can laugh, support, and be positive encouragement so that we can achieve our health and wellness goals.
Awesome. So where would people go to sign up for a waiting list or to get on your mailing list for the You Are Caring Society?
youarecaringdocs.com/society. That's YouRCaringDocs.com/society. And they'll be able to head on in.
Excellent. And I will link to that in the show notes too.
Wonderful.
All right. Tell us other places online where the listeners can find you.
I have a wonderful podcast, which is our Docs Who Care podcast. Yeah, so we are available anywhere where you do listen. We're on Apple, and it's just Your Caring Docs, YouRCaringDocs.com, and docs-who-care. So our Docs Who Care. You'll get a panel. You'll see a beautiful website with lots of faces. Some of them are familiar. Some of them you're like, oh, this is interesting. Let me click and find out how was that. And then you'll be able to listen to that wonderful podcast. And also, I have a wonderful community online for our busy ladies who want to be a part of a community with other women who are really giving self-help tips, care, and they're busy women like you, and you feel comfortable. I have the Your Caring community that's a part of a Facebook, so you can just look that up on Facebook, the Your Caring community.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. Tamara, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today and giving me good laughs.
Oh, yeah, I had a blast.
Oh my gosh, you guys, that was so much fun. Remember to follow the show wherever you're listening right now so that new episodes pop into your feed. If you have a story to tell, email me at notfancy@fancyfreepodcast.com. And if you want more connection, laughter, and sharing, join the Fancy Free Facebook group. I'd also love it if you tell at least one friend about the show this week. If this show makes you feel less alone or makes you laugh, then share it because we would love to get into more listeners' ears. Also, if you use your code FANCYFREE at checkout at Shelfish Shop, you will get free shipping. And just to remind you, if you like to rip your bra off at the end of the day, but you need a little bit of support and coverage and like really, really cozy loungewear and pajamas, check out Shelfish Shop. It's made just for you at SHELFIESHOPPE.com. Have a wonderful week, and remember, no one is as fancy as they look.